Hi, kiddos. Today we're going to work in our Small Wonders book. We've been doing most of our work in our Big Wonders book, but today we're going to do our Small Wonders book, so make sure you have the right book. We're going to turn to page 148. This is where we have all of our vocab words. So if you want to roughly go over the vocab words real fast, or you can always refer back to this page as we read the story. Our story starts on page 151, and I'm going to go over our vocab words as we read. But if you need to understand it differently, then you can refer back here, or if I forget to go over a vocab word. So here we go, kiddos. We're going to read the story Kids to the Rescue. This is a really good story. I can't wait to share with you all. And we are going to talk about cause and effect chains throughout reading this story. So remember, the cause is how it happened, and the effect is what happened. So think about our cause and effect chains as we read our story, kiddos. We know that our main characters here are Olivia and Carter Rise, founders of One More Generation, and we're going to learn about them a little bit more as we read on. Here we go, kiddos. What a mess! There was a dark, gooey oil everywhere. It slid across the water, it coated rocks and sand. It made swimming hard for sharks and dolphins. The oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico was making animals sick and helpless. Two kids from a small town in Georgia watched the news. They saw pictures of sea turtles coated with oil. They watched animals struggle to move. As a result, they decided it was time to do something. The animals in the Gulf needed two superheroes to help them. Who do we think those two superheroes are? Two kids from a small town. I have an idea. Olivia and Carter to the rescue! Meet Olivia and Carter Rise. They started a group that works to save animals. Olivia was 7 years old, and Carter, her brother, was 8.5. They named their group One More Generation. They want animals to be around for kids in the future. Olivia and Carter believe everyone can make a difference. They are sending an important message. Their message is that everyone can help animals. Olivia and Carter watched oil spread for miles across the Gulf. More and more animals were getting sick. The Kempt Ridley turtle was one of them. There are only a few thousand in the world. They are endangered. Endangered means that there aren't a lot of them left. And so we're trying to keep the ones that we do have left around so we can repopulate and have more of the species. And their population is getting smaller and smaller. Population is the same group of either humans or animals. The oil threatened to ruin their homes and their habitat. Habitat is their environment where they live. And threatened is to tell someone that they are in danger of being hurt. Olivia and Carter Rise learned how oil harms Kempt Ridley turtles. This female turtle is clean and healthy and is being returned to the Gulf. Oil spoils everything. Olivia and Carter learned that the female turtles were swimming across the Gulf of Mexico. They were going to lay eggs on beaches there. But the thick oil destroyed the resources the turtle needed to live. Resources are things available that are needed. So like water is a resource. The harmful oil covered the sand. It made it hard for them to swim. Sea turtles survive by eating seaweed, jellyfish, and small sea animals. Survive is to stay alive. The oil spills spoiled through their food too. Without food, the turtles die. Saving the sea turtles. Olivia and Carter recognized is when you remember someone from the past or something, how big the problem was. The turtles needed help. First, they made a thoughtful plan. Then they called a rescue group in New Orleans. They found out that the workers needed useful clean supplies and wipes. So this is New Orleans over here, and this is Georgia, where they live. Olivia and Carter. Next, the kids asked friends relatives, and people in their town to help. Relatives are people that you're related to or your family. They told them how the donations would help remove oil from the turtles. Olivia and Carter collected supplies for 4 months. They rode with their parents to New Orleans. They carried the supplies with them. Then the kids watched caretakers clean hundreds of sea turtles. Caretakers are people that take care of other people. Olivia and Carter's plan worked. It was a huge success. Success is to do something correctly. Okay, keeping busy. Olivia and Carter work with many other groups to help animals all over the world. They give talks at museums and schools. They ask community leaders to support laws that help animals. They help rescue animals in danger. Olivia and Carter are truly superheroes to endangered animals. With their help, many animals will survive for one more generation. Ways we can help animals: protect animal nests, pick up trash at parks and wild places, keep water clean, and stop using plastic bags or use recyclable bags. Carter and his mom unpacked the supplies in New Orleans. Well, that is our story, kiddos. So let's think back now about some cause and effect chains that were in our story. Well, we know the main idea of this story is that turtles and other animals were being affected because of the oil spills, right? So the cause was the oil spills. So let's think about some specific examples here. Here's one when they talk about the female turtles are going to lay their eggs in the beaches, because female turtles will bury their eggs and then cover it up with sand and let their eggs hatch. So because female turtles weren't able to get to the beach because of all of the oil, that was the effect, is that they could not lay their eggs, and the cause of that was oil. Let's think of some other cause and effects, kiddos. One big one that is kind of throughout the whole entire story is that Carter and Olivia saw a problem. They were talking about how they watched on the news that there was a big problem with the oil, and they wanted to do something in order to help. So the cause of that was that they saw it on the news, and the effect would be that they started their foundation of one more generation, where they wanted to help turtles and other sea life and clean up the oil out of the oceans. All right, kiddos, let me know if you found any other cause and effect chains, and I hope you enjoyed this story.